girl Maria Bay. I'm back with another video for you guys. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for joining Maria Bay Gang slash family. If you're not new, what's up, bro? What's up, sis? Welcome back, y'all. So anyway, tonight video is going to be based upon the new and final season of School Spirit. If you've been watching School Spirit, if you're a big Pretty Little Liar fan, then you watch School Spirit probably. So School Spirit is based upon a murder mystery that's involved in high school. But if you haven't watched it, for a dive deep, go watch it and come back and give your opinion on the video in the comments, okay? Thank you. So for the ones who love spoilers, we are going to talk about episode 8. But like I said, basically it's a murder mystery in a high school. Girl woke up, she found herself dead, and she don't know what's going on. So in this episode, the final episode, basically if you've seen episode 7, then you know Dawn has crossed over, and people never felt this way when it came to Janet crossing over. So they trying to figure out what happened to Janet. Is Mr. Martin who he say he is? Is he really trying to help them or hinder them from crossing over? We about to find out. So anyway, this episode, Simon, her best friend, he went to her house, looked for stuff that I guess Maddie told him to look for. He went to school, whatever. The teacher asked him, "Hey, Simon, can you accept an award in behalf of your best friend?" He said, "No, the mother should do it," because Maddie in her head, because she had flashbacks in episode 7 at the ending, and she was like, her mother killed her. So basically Simon's trying to get the mom to talk, and the mom did came up to school. She talked to Simon. Simon was asking her questions like, what happened when you last seen Maddie, and why she kept the necklace, and she explained what happened. And Maddie, she touched the necklace, and basically we see a flashback of them arguing in the boiler room. So that how she got to the boiler room. Now, what happened to her was very interesting. But that how she got to the boiler room. Her and her mom was arguing. They was fussing about the money for her to go to college with, and her dad gave her that money, and her mom was like, well, Maddie was like, "Mom, you making my life a living hell. That's why I'm trying to move to Chicago." And her mother was hurt because she's an alcoholic, and she's trying to do right by Maddie, but she knows she disappointed Maddie, and Maddie don't want nothing to do with her, basically. So, make a long story short, they was in that scene. The next scene we see was very interesting. The ghost, Rhonda, Wally, and Charlie was asking Mr. Martin, like, what happened to Janet? When Dawn crossed over, we felt chills, we felt goosebumps, like we actually felt her crossing over. And I don't know if y'all noticed, but the reason how Dawn died was she was changing a light bulb, and she died by changing the light bulb because something had spilled. So yeah, she died through electricity. If y'all ain't noticed, throughout this whole season, where Dawn was at, the lights flickered in the hallway. So, after she crossed over, my bad, after she had crossed over, y'all, the lights stopped flickering in the hallway. I don't know if y'all noticed that. So, Mr. Martin gave them a rundown on his life and how he died. And basically, they noticed basically he's trying to hinder them. He's trying to hinder them from knowing and solving their own mysteries of their life, their own murder mysteries of how they died, and basically trying to make one with it and cross over. And they noticed he trying to hinder them from crossing over, basically. So he basically said a student started a fire, he died in the fire, and he was the only one died. So Charlie, Wally, and Rhonda, they didn't believe it. So Rhonda basically know what happened, but Charlie and Wally, they was like, "Yo, we're about to dig deep, you know, the math ain't mathing." So basically, the boys, they digging, they researching, come to find out he started the fire. Mr. Martin started the fire, and Janet was one of the students that died with him. So basically, they saying that he lied about Janet death. So anyway, so as the story progresses, the um Xavier, Claire, Nicole, they went to a abandoned house, and when they went to the abandoned house, they got into it. Of course, Claire was like, "We should sit here, see who comes out of it." But Nicole and Xavier, they wasn't having it. And they started pointing fingers at each other, and it was just a mess. Then Xavier, dumb tell, he left the keys in his truck. Really? So Nicole and Xavier went into the house. Claire stayed out there to be watched. So we went to the scene where Wally and Charlie basically found more evidence about Mr. Martin, and they was like, "Yo, he basically writing down like how he died. That's weird." To them, that was weird. And in the midst of that, the ceremony was going on, the award ceremony was going on, and the mom accepted the award. Maddie sees it. Mr. Martin was up there with Maddie, and she was like, "I'm ready to write my obituary," and he was like, "Sure." So she wrote it. Then let's go back to the abandoned house. So that part was interesting. So Claire seen somebody going into the house. She ran after that person, and she bumped into Nicole. Nicole was like, "What's going on, Claire?" And Claire was like, "Yo, the person who killed Maddie is in the house." So they ran the killer out to the door. The killer got into Xavier's truck. Then Xavier was running after his truck. The killer hit Xavier. He's in a coma, might as well say. So, like, he woke up, then he went back. So they thought he was dead. Everybody thought he died, okay? So we like, okay, he died. Like, what? So he about to see Maddie. So Xavier, we thought died. He came back. Then he seen the blood. And he passed out again. Then Nicole, she recorded, and she sent a recording to Simon because she seen in a reflection in a mirror the person who killed Maddie. So Simon went to the auditorium, found Maddie, talked to her. Maddie basically read her obituary, and Simon was like, "Maddie, I wish it was true." And he showed her the video and the person picture in the video. And she was like, "That's me." And he was like, "So basically you're alive, Maddie. It's just I miss you so much. Maybe this is a fear of my imagination. Maybe I miss you so much that I'm basically talking to myself. You're not actually here." And Maddie was like, "No, you're not insane. I'm actually dead." And she trying to explain that to Simon, but he wasn't trying to hear it. And she ran after him, and they can't go but so far because they stuck into the school. So Maddie, when she was trying to run after Simon, run after behind Simon, she went back. And when she went back, she went to a flashback. We see Maddie crying, having a meltdown after her mama argue, and she heard arguing, and she opened a door in the boiler, and she seen Martin, Mr. Martin, and Janet. So they was like, I guess they was arguing, but I think Mr. Martin was helping Janet get back into the world of the living, and he was telling Janet, "No, like, let's not do it," and she possessed Maddie's body. So Janet killed Maddie. They switched places. So technically Maddie ain't dead. So she just possessed. Her body's possessed by Janet. That's how Janet crossed over. So now, in the midst of that, Maddie heard the commotion, and Wally, Charlie, and Rhonda, they were telling Maddie, "Do not trust Mr. Martin." And when Maddie look up, here come Mr. Martin. And that one is end of episode 8. Y'all, what y'all thoughts? Leave in the comment section. But I'm going to go ahead and say my thoughts. I think Mr. Martin is out here killing folks, possessing folks. Because if you think about it, Rhonda, guidance counselor, killed her. So was that Mr. Martin too? Y'all, let me know in the comment section what y'all think. I'm thinking this man up here possessing the living, to get the dead to go back to the living, go back into the world of living, because that's crazy. Like, why would you help Janet to possess Maddie's body, and you sit here act like you ain't knew the whole time how she died, and you knew how she died? Something ain't right. We need a season 2, y'all. Okay, we need a season 2. Period. So let me know in the comment sections what you thought about School Spirit. Do you feel like that was messed up? Cause Lord knows I did. I was like, what? So we out here pointing fingers at the wrong people when we should have been looking at Mr. Martin the whole time. So let me know in the comments down below what you thought. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.